Hello to all, my name is Sid and today I'm going to teach you about different method of quadratic equation. So in NCRTs and ICC boards we have taught about the different form where we use the discriminant to find the answers of a fractional form when we get a fractions. But today we teach you a very fine way, a short way to make your time less consuming and short. It will be very proper. It will be in your mind when you will learn. So let's just first I will teach you one of example of what an NCRT teach you about how to solve the quadratic equation. We have suppose x square minus 3x minus 10 equals to 0. As I know that it will be 5 and minus 2, but it is quite simple actually when you can see here, but some of the form when you get 3 by 2 here, so it will be when you have to form discriminant. So let's just first I will teach you how to find a short way. So let's just follow down here. So we have x minus 5 plus 2 x minus 5 equals 0. Then we have x minus 5 x plus 2 equals 0. Then we have x minus 5 equals to 0, x plus 2 equals to 0, and we get x equals to 5 and x equals to minus 2. So this is a short example to solve the quadratic equation. Let's just I will give you one of the other example to solve this in a very short way. So let me teach you. I solved this only. So we have, as you know, minus 3 here and minus 10 here. Should I change the I should change to make it more simple. So we take as x square minus 6x plus 8 equals to 0. So we have minus 6x and 8. Minus 6, as you know, is the sum of the roots and 8 is the product of the roots. So we have to just follow the sum of the roots. So the main point here, you should take minus as before the bracket, and then we have minus and midpoint divided by 2, so we get a midpoint as 3. So as you know, determinant as 3 and this as this thing you have to find. So we already know discriminant d, so we will not write that, we take as u. So we have and this is x1 x2, so we find x1 equals to 3 minus u and x2 equals to 3 plus 2, and we have product which is x1 x2 equals to 8. So we write this thing in this thing, this as take as first, this take as second, so we get 3 minus u and 3 plus u equals to 8. Now as you know, a minus b plus b is 9 minus u square equals to 8. We get minus u square, or we can say 9 minus 8 equals to u square equals to 1 equals to u square, and we get u is equals to 1. Now when we get u here, you can actually put in x1 and x2 to get the find the value. So we have x1 equals to 3 minus 1 and x2 equals to 3 plus 1. We get 2 and 4. So here are the roots. Now let's just take a complex to understand how it works. So as you know, this is find by some mathematicians. I don't know the name, but it's a quite good method now in my daily use to practice maths when I get some questions where I have to find the roots of the quadratic equations, then I use this. So let's just find a different question. Let's just take this question. Okay, so this question, as you know, 2x square plus 7x plus 5 by root 2. Okay, so as you know, okay, this I have to teach you this. This will be quite difficult for you. Let's just simplify. Let's just take a, before we take a little simple one. We have minus 5 by 2x plus 1 equals to 0. Now, as you know, in the NCRTs you have to find the discriminant here and other things. Then you get very long, and then you get the roots. Now you cannot tell by looking it, and by the different method which I am teaching you, you can actually see the answer clearly. Now we have minus 5 by 2 and equals 1 is a product, and this is sum. So we take minus as common, as I said before the bracket, and minus 5 by 2 by 2. So we get 5 by 4, and minus is still there. Okay, no problem. So 5 by 4 here, and as you know, 5 by 4, this is u, quite simple actually. 5 by 4 minus u and 5 by 4 plus u equals to 1. So we have 25 by 16 minus u square equals to 1. We get 25 by 16 equal minus 1 equals to u square. Now we get 9 by, I should not simplify this, just to make you understand. We take minus 16 equals to u square. We get 9 by 16 u square. We get u equals to 3 by 4. Now, as you know, 5 by 4 minus u, 5 by 4 plus u. So we write 5 by 4 minus 3 by 4 and 5 by 4 plus 3 by 4. So we get at 2 by 4 and 8 by 4. So we get 1 by 2, and this is 2. So we get 1 by 2 and 2 as roots. This how simple it is. You just have to find the middle term. Just put in the formula where we have x1 x2 equals to 1. We have to find x1 is called there 5 by 4 minus u, 5 by 4 plus u. Just quite simple. You have to put in this formula here. It's clear actually. Okay, I have a bad handwriting, no problem. So I think this is clear. Now just move to the hard problem, where you can see clearly how you can make it quite simple and short. So let's just take and solve this as this equation, root 2 x square plus 7x and plus 5 by root 2 equals to 0. Let's just take this example. Now, as you know, you have to find this, and we have as I know, it's root 2 square, and this is 5x plus 2x plus 5 by root 2 equals to 0. We have 5 here. I take 5 into 2 equals 10, and 5 plus 2 equals to 7, as you can see here. So we take x root 2x plus 5 and plus root 2 root 2x plus 5, 0, 2x plus 5 and x plus root 2. Then you can solve this as x equals to minus 5 by root 2 and as minus root 2. So this is the NCERT's formula. Now I will teach you how I do this. 5 by root 2 actually here. Okay, 0. Now I should teach you how I do this by dividing. The first rule is that x square, the numerical value should be there should be no numerical value here, so I will divide this by whole term. So we have x square plus 7 by root 2 x plus 5 equals to 0. Now you get a new term. Let's just solve as I teach you. As we have x plus, okay, we have x and then we have minus, okay, we have minus and plus 7 by root 2. Okay, let's just do here minus plus 7 by root 2 by 2. We get minus 7 by 2 root as. Now you can actually see 7 by 2 root 2 here and this, so you can write 7 by root 2 minus u. So minus u, and this is plus u, and the product is 5 here. So 5. Now we have 49 by 8, okay, minus u square equals to 5. Then we have 49 by 8 minus 5 equals to u square. Then we get 49 by 5 is 40 by 8 equals to u square. Then we get 9 by 8 by u square. We get u equals to 3 by 2 root 2. We get u square, u equals to 3 by 2 root 2, and just we have to divide it, minus subtraction and addition by this number. So we have minus 2 root 2 plus minus 3 by 2 root 2 and minus 7 by 2 root 2 plus 3 by 2 root 2. As you can see, you can take minus 10 by 2 root 2 and this as minus 4 by 2 root 2. This can cut, this can be minus 5 by 2 root 2 and this will be minus 2 by 2 root 2. You can simplify this by multiplying this. Oh, this is not clear. So actually you can multiply this number, you can solve this number, this fraction, by taking as 2 root 2 multiplied by 2 root 2. We get minus 2 root 2 by clear, okay, 2. So we get minus root 2. So we get root as 5 by root 2 and minus root 2. So this is how simple it is. So let's just take another example. I should pause here. Okay, let's just take a simple example where you have to find a discriminant, and for this, suppose we take 3x square plus 5x minus 7 equals to 0. In this quotient, first you have to, as you know in NCERT, you have to determine the discriminant by using the formula of d equals to b square minus 4ac. Then further you have to check that if d is greater than 0, then it has two real and distinct roots. If d is equals to 0, then it has two real and equal roots, and if d is less than 0, then it has no real roots. Formula is actually x equals to minus b plus minus root d by 2a, and then you solve this and you get the roots. So let's just solve this by NCRT, as what NCRT say. NCRT is a bit complex actually. You have to find the roots, and as I said, what the procedure you have to follow here to find